And welcome, race fans. Here another episode at CRN at the good old Richmond Raceway here with the Virtual Velocity Racing League, and going to be out here for a little bit while. Hold on, jeepers. I'm not even no sound. And welcome, race fans. Hello. Hold on. I think I got too many things going on here. Maybe it is live. There it is. Yeah, I'm actually live. All right, welcome, race fans. That thought I had technical difficulties. I just couldn't see my meter. But we're here tonight at the virtual with Virtual Velocity Racing here at Richmond. And we're going to be out here for just a few laps. I already got the qualifying in here tonight as I'm starting behind just a little bit. But we'll go ahead and show up those results right here tonight. And that's going to be Colin Allman on the pole here tonight. And then number 67, and followed on the outside with Ryan Kelly, Mike Hasty and Michael Pratt on road number 2, Tyler Hilton and Tim Williams on row number 3. Dalton Kilrow and John Garrett make up row number 4. Len McNeese and Michael Taylor on row number 5. Hemi Garadini and Eric Blount on row number 6. Row number 7 is Cole Spalding and Cade Green. Tim Lee and DJ Mitchell on row number 8. And back there, the last driver is going to be DJ Mitchell. So, yeah, not used to seeing no Derek Pratt back there hanging out in the back here tonight. So it doesn't look like he is in attendance here tonight. I thought he was. Yeah, he is. I probably just said his name. Wade. That's Michael Pratt up there in the number 4. He's in P4. So the 77 machine up there in 4th place. And Michael Pratt usually starts in the back, so he threw me off for a big old loop. Carl would be surprised. He's on vacation, so see what happens when he misses out on a race. Got Michael Pratt up front here at number 77. Gonna try to get things done here early here at VVR at Richmond. So the cars are getting ready to go here as they're on the field, so they should be moving out here soon. Yep, there they go. And tonight, since Carl is not going to be with me here tonight, I got my another co-commentator, John Nobinger, on the horn here for a little while until he has to head over and broadcast the Core GT series. So, hey, John, welcome to the booth.
Hey, it's good to be here. I hadn't run the trucks in a little while. So this should be an interesting show tonight.
Yeah, definitely a great show here with VVR. It's a lot of green flag racing. I mean, there is a big point that they ran so many green flag races, John, that the only thing they can complain about was fuel. So they made some fuel adjustments. Essentially, they have to make a stop, but they don't have to. From the get-go, it's not like don't have to fuel save from the get-go. I mean, a lot of times they might have a caution here and there and find themselves in a situation, but does not look like I have any iRacing sound going on at the moment. So let me fix that as well. Wow. Just my computer takes a dump and got all kinds of issues going on. So let me see if I can fix that real quick while they get started here. But they're getting ready to rock and roll and get things going here. So let's see if I can get this going here. It should be this. I don't know why. iRacing doing what it's doing, but we're going to try this. But the pace car is in, and they are underway here. I guess it'll be hard to do. I'll love to hear it, but I'm going to continue to work on that. But we'll go ahead and call this race here for a little bit. Let me get the overlays up for everybody, and so you can see where your favorite driver is, that, and the track map. Even those were not working earlier this morning. And last night, SDK must have did something. They set the scroll button to off. So that was all. That was an interesting find last night, but we got things rolling here. And it does look like
going sideways.
We got some 49 back there with Cole Spalding and the 38. So first caution is going to come out. Just looks like a little bit of self spinach there. It does look like they're able to keep it off the wall, keep things going, and it does involve Tim Lee as well. So we'll go ahead and take just a quick look back to see what happened back here as they're working their way around. And you can see in front the 45 just a little bit sideways, and they do lock it up. Tim Lee does get by, but the 45 does take a little bit of damage there from the 38. Not quite able to miss, but it does look like most of that popped back out. So things will get rolling here again here shortly, but very early in this race, and we have 120 laps, and this we're on lap number 4, and being a short track, the laps are pretty quick, about 22 seconds or so around this track, so they can go by real quickly. But yeah, way to start off here tonight. Just a little slide, a little too much throttle input here. That's I guess the problems I always had with the short track racing there, John, is that just seem to not be able to find that throttle input correctly, and either to save tires or keep it out of the wall.
Yeah, it's the one thing that helped me with short tracks was learning you got tires in the front and tires in the rear, and you can run the same lap time and swap between abusing your fronts and abusing your rears, and it can really help manage those temperatures.
There we go. We got some sound now. We got the iRacing sound back. So just had to set some stuff. I don't know. The computer power went off the other day. Shut the computer off unwillingly. Like I should have a battery backup on this thing, and I don't. But either way, we're back in action here. We've got the everything going here, and it does look like I don't know if anybody came into pit. So I do see Michael Pratt and Hilton Young in there. So we'll go to the timing tower, see what's kind of happening there. There's Pratt and Young coming out, so I guess Pratt figured he was up a little bit too far and they had to go back towards the back. But just kind of getting things out there. Hilton Young out there as well, number 38. He's got that truck all shined up and ready to go back in action. And it's only a couple laps, but you throw in some of these races like this, and it could end up being a fuel situation. Depending on when the cautions happen and how many happen. But a lot of times these short tracks, a lot of drivers don't like to give up spots, but that's the way it goes here right at the moment. But the number 67, Colin Allman, is your leader at the moment. I'll head over to Discord and get the points battle. I think they have them up here. See if they have that. If not, I'll have to go over to the Core Racing League web and find out what it is over there. Yeah, that's where the points are at, probably.
Your paint jobs here tonight.
Yeah, they got a lot of good paint jobs here. My favorite's the Orange Hugger. I'm a big orange fan, and of the color orange. That's the Ryan Kelly there, number 13, been doing pretty awesome. The big battles here through the season have been the 13 of Ryan Kelly and Dalton Kilroe, and now a few drivers kind of getting in the mix here. You got Mike Hasty there in a 72 looking strong here tonight. Tyler Hilton says he's got a lucky pair of socks that he wears every single week, so we'll see how well they work out for the O2. He's trying to get that win here, and maybe his goal is to dispense some foul odor out of the back of that truck. You're like a banana on a Mario Kart machine, but it's really kind of hard. That one caution was probably, they don't get that many. It's very rare. It's one here and there, maybe 2 a race max, and a lot of green flag racing here from the series. And these drivers, I got a core set of drivers that come out here. They're running anywhere between 15 to like 20 some every single week, depending on who can make it. I know there's a few drivers out dealing with some stuff or just out of town, but definitely keep coming back each and every week. Ryan Kelly is your leader right now over the 67, Colin Allman. Just want to say welcome to anybody out there watching, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Continue to watch all the drivers out here for the Virtual Velocity Racing League. But John, it's another one of them nights here at Core where we have a double header. So, like I was telling everybody that you're going to head over there to the GT Series a little later on here tonight. What track are they running here?
They're running Daytona.
Well, so see, there you got it. So after you're done watching a virtual velocity racing, you want to see some GT cars over at the Daytona International Speedway on the road course. Head on over, just have to flip video pages, I guess. I don't guess if they call it on a channel. It's the same channel. Just be a different time slot. But yeah, these guys always put on a great show, and we got some side-by-side action back here with the number 98 of Michael Taylor. Moving up a couple spots already here, and battling trying to get 7th place away from Len McNeese, but Len McNeese holds on to that number 84 Western Union machine. So where else we got some good battle? Got a battle up here with Tyler Hilton on the back of Mike Hasty as well, so trying to get around, and there's so many laps here, John. They try to keep each other in check, you know, as long as everybody is flowing at the same kind of speed. They don't really make too many unnecessary moves. It's, you know, they'll follow the leader for a good part, save fuel, save tires, just kind of let the race happen, and you know, somebody's eventually going to get a little quicker, you know, as the fuel wears off or the tires wear down, in order to, you know, make a move for position. So it's always some great racing throughout. So we're doing pretty good here so far. We're on lap number 15 of 120.
Yeah, once you realize that you're in for the long haul, you're going to have a nice little green. You know, those first 5 laps on the tires really dictate your pace for those runs. So a lot of times bring them in a little slower, a little easier. It costs you a position or two. But fast forward 30, 40 laps, and you got a half a second more than that. We're just barely squeezing by you earlier.
Yeah, it's amazing how, like, you know, you can get out of the gate, you can jump out there, get a lead, and, you know, be out there pretty far. And if, you know, the runs continue to go like the long green flag runs, and tires don't hold up. And, you know, then you start falling back. The people that start a little bit slower do end up catching you and possibly passing you. I know that I've had a few situations, you know, when I used to drive ovals, I used to drive some ARCA officials, get out there, and they don't have cautions anyways. You know, the only time you come in is like when you need fuel or tires, and you know, that's if you need fuel and tires. And you know, just knowing that the race is for you is going to be green the entire time, you just got to be, you know, steady. And I happen to be one of the faster qualifiers, but I didn't like take off. I just kind of relaxed in the whole race, and about halfway through, next thing I know, passing the leaders, and you pretty much passing like the entire field because you had the tires to do so. And I wonder how you kind of maintain pretty much the same lap times like the whole time, but just backing up corners, letting the car roll, just being easy with the inputs on the steering wheel. So Tim Williams getting a little bit of the wall there, heading around here, but looks like he's still good to go here, right behind Tim Lee, as Tim Lee gets a little bit loose coming out of turn number 2. Yeah, these drivers always put on a great show here, and sometimes they're so close, you know, only separated by hundreds, even thousands as they go across the start-finish line for various positions throughout the field.
Yeah, I was sitting here looking back through the field, and definitely a few different lines being run. I see some guys trying the high line, which I know here, if you're rolling the center, you can save some fuel.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're probably not in the fuel saving strategy part of the race, you know, because they have probably something set like, hey, I need to make it to this lap, and then I'm good the rest of the way. And I think here tonight, I don't know, they run their fuel calculation is based off of what a NASCAR race would be. So they take the fuel, and because it's not a full race, they whatever the percentage is, and then they adjust it, and it's been working really well for them. So it's very rare to like have a fuel race, but in some way, shape, or form, a weird caution will come out and then make it a fuel race. So we can only chuckle about that, but they understand that, you know, when the race started, it wasn't a fuel race from the start. You know, there's a GT3 league that I run, and they run 50% fuel with an hour race, and really kind of depending on the track, you're stopping twice unless you're fuel saving. And it's if it just gave us an extra 5%, nobody would ever have to like fuel save at all and actually be able to run real laps. But you know, it's hard to give up, you know, a whole pit stop, or at least even for a splash and dash, that time down the
It's
on the
nice
pit
to
lane.
manage to get it right, where
Yeah.
you really have to fuel save, or you can run flat out quality laps every time you still can.
Yeah.
It's fun watching that, at least from the booth point of view, when you get the fuel right.
Yeah, when the fuel is. Yeah, it's doesn't, you know, and I've the league that I was joining, I've been trying not to hold back too much, you know, and then obviously been challenging myself, because there are a lot of newer drivers in there learning how to get into road. So it's just a place for me to kind of go and get some laps in, you know, on some tracks that I haven't been in a while. You know, shoot the breeze with the drivers out there, help them out if possible, maybe give them somebody to chase, and give them some experience, you know, getting past the corners without being, you know, driven off the track, you know, to just kind of put them in that situations that might help them, you know, if they decide to like take to the field and go into the official little series here. But it usually does help. But I know a lot of drivers, once they get into a good league, that's when they race, you know, unless you're somebody that likes to race like, you know, 7 days a week, you know, you might be in multiple leagues, but most people are usually in one and do multiple series, or and that's where they kind of hang out. Don't really venture over to the officials very often unless it's like a special event.
I'll get a little slide lanes there coming through the front straight, or the front isn't straight.
Colin losing the lead here to Ryan Kelly, as Ryan Kelly has gotten around. You know, the driver to watch, and always really consistent and a threat to win, is the number 41 of Dalton Kilrow. Always super consistent each and every week.
These three up front have been within a 10th and recently 11s that you're looking. And, you know, somebody may make up 0.015 and 0.059. They gain a little bit of that. They're just trading, you know, all within a 10th every single lap. That's impressive consistency.
Yeah, definitely impressive consistency. And here's Cole Spaulding getting passed by Kate Green here in the white Rev Sport machine. I know the Rev Sport team's out there in full force here tonight and trying to get great finishes, but Cole Spaulding back here just a little bit to keep it off the wall. That's Emmy Gherardini. And tonight's Honeybees paint scheme is kind of like I think that's like a green or a teal, some sort of teal. It's pretty good. He's been changing that paint scheme up a little bit every now and then, each and every week. But looking good there for the Honeybees machine, number 17.
Kind of gives me a highlight for the Oregon Ducks live.
Oh yeah, the Ducks. Yeah, he was like black and gold, the one like just, you know, gold truck with the black outlines. And it just reminded me of like my high school, and we were black and gold, but we were the Knights, but we weren't the Honeybees. But he's out there repping the Honeybees right now. But everybody pretty much getting spaced out here. The closest battles are towards the back. Got Tim Williams and Tim Lee going for a ride here, and a yellow flag is going to fly here on lap 35. So we'll go back and see if we can see what happened here as we're on board here with Tim Williams. And it just looks like Williams and Lee kind of getting together. Williams going down to the bottom of the track and trying to get it in there, but ends up coming up into the 22 of Tim Lee. And those two trucks getting together, bringing out a caution here. So the second caution of the night here on lap number 36. I don't know what everybody's pit strategies are, so it's going to be interesting here to see what they decide to do on lap 36. I know they have 2 sets of tires. They have 1 fast repair, and I think 1 green-white checker attempt, if I'm not mistaken. But the 13 of Ryan Kelly brings them down into the pits, and it's all on the, you know, kind of how you want to take it. But this is a caution pit stop, so if you're gonna make a mistake getting into your box, this is the kind of time to do it. But everybody slides down here pretty nice and easily. All the drivers here are pretty well versed to getting into that square little box, and see some tires going up on some machines, lefts on or rights on some, and 4 on some others. But here on 37, you know, about a quarter of the way through the race, so maybe not a bad time to take a set of tires, and especially you don't know when the next caution or if a caution will come out here tonight.
It definitely is times that anytime you have more than 30 laps on a set of tires, if you have plenty in the pits, it's time to come in and just be safe.
Yeah, I mean, they were rolling up here on lap 40, you know, which would make it, you know, a third of the race. So, and they have 2 sets over the wall. So, you know, a pretty good time to kind of split it up. Now, I don't know if they have enough fuel. Well, they can obviously make it 40 laps. I don't think that was a problem. But, you know, now you start thinking, you know, is there enough fuel in there for 80 laps? Because after 80 laps of wear and tear on some tires out here, you know, they might be screaming. But I think if they had a full tank, I think you could go almost that many or very close to it. As this track is, let's see, how long is this track? It's 0.72, so just under a mile.
Just a little ways.
A little bit. I consider anything under a mile and a half short because, you know, when I was in the military, I had to run that far for my my PT test, you know. I know some services, they run a little bit farther, but, you know, when you're in the Navy, I mean, and you're on ships, I mean, there's no mile and a half ship out there, I'll tell you that right now. You know, you might get on a carrier or something out there.
Carriers, it's, I can tell you, a flight deck of a carrier is further than an plane.
It's about 3 football fields, give or take, and, you know, that could fit on top of a carrier, so it definitely has some distance on them things. But I rode the small boys my whole time I was in, and right now we're going to talk about these drivers as they get back on the green. Colin Allman get back out front, fresh set of tires. Brian Kelly in heat number 2, and Dalton Kilrose still in 3rd, gets under Mike Casey there. Just look like Tyler Hilton looking to get under Mike Casey's, and he does get the nose under there, but he had to back out, and now Hasty gets a run on the outside of number 41. 41 able to pull that one off, keep his position, and hold on to the 3rd spot. But he had some side-by-side action going on here. Len McNeese running a little bit higher line, and I know when you have newer tires, getting down to that bottom seems pretty easy, and like to hold it, but you know, Len always runs a kind of a different, not all, he runs a different line most of the time each race. Just always out there trying something a little bit different, see if he can get it to work, and get some good runs out there. I just think he's being a little cautious, make sure somebody doesn't like push out and get into him as he's trying to get on the outside. I guess that's one thing about running that higher line is that when somebody's down the inside, you kind of hope that they know how to trail brake, and you know, like trail brake, and you know, not get into the outside car. I mean, it's very dangerous being on the outside, you know, sometimes. But this league here, I'm telling you, if you haven't watched VVR very much, you find quickly that a lot of racing like this is side by side, and when it's go time, I mean, they're, you know, pretty much on each other's door handles. You know, if need be, just leaning on each other, and it's just super clean. The finishes have been great here so far this season. It's their first season here with the trucks, and obviously I think race number 6 or 7, I think, here tonight. So I'd have to take a look at the schedule. But you know, been out here for a few races this season so far. And while we're doing that, go ahead and pull up the website here for CoreRacingLeague.com. And head over and see if I can find the points here for these drivers. Go down to the Core Racing Network and partnered leagues. You'll find Virtual Velocity Racing, And yes, this is some truck series. This is their today. So this is their 6th race. Next week we'll be at Auto Club, one of me and Carl's favorite tracks. So it'll be an interesting week there for the drivers. And then they get a week off, so they get a chance to take a small break. They do about 7 weeks and then give themselves a week off here. But we'll take that week off here on the week of the 27th, so the last week of the month, before we start back with the Daytona. The International Speedway there with the trucks. But we're going to finish up Richmond here, 120 laps. Auto Club next week, 80. But the point standings, head over to the Sim Racer Hub and go to Xfinity and Truck Series. Trucks. And right now as of Richmond, I have to put that Iowa. Last week's winner was Dalton Kilrow, and I don't know how to use the stick so much. I'm confused. I don't know how to use this. I've never been over here. You ever use Sim Racer Hub?
I tinkered with it like a year or two ago. I have nothing on that.
Well,
I remember looking at
I know the points aren't too far away. I think Dalton, either Ryan Kelly has the lead or Dalton Kilroy. They're very, very close. These two have been like 13 and 41 of Dalton Kilroy have been extremely close like all season long. So they can't let each other sleep or take weeks off. That's for sure. But look at you, she can press this button. That's not what I want. I just want the points. That just gives Dalton Kilroy stats. Okay, well, not quite sure how to operate this here, folks, so we're not going to waste too much time. We'll get back to the race here. We're on lap number 54. Of 120, so we're working our way to that halfway mark here, coming up here quickly. And your leader is the number 67 of Colin Allman here. It's been a while since we've had somebody new out front to dominate. Ryan Kelly back there, Pete, number 2, followed by Dalton Kilroy in 3rd, and now Tyler Hilton in that 4th position. John Garrett up in for your top 5. Michael Pratt still hanging in there in P number 6. He's trying to work his way for a great finish here tonight. Be nice to talk to Mike. We usually get a chance to talk to him once a season, from starting in the back and getting on that podium, and even seen him win from the back of the pack here, once. So it's definitely a challenge each and every week. But this week, loving the life here inside the top 10 and running 6th. Green continues to move forward, but Len McNeese still using that outside line. Now you see Cade wasn't able to overtake him, so you see Len out there in that outside, Cade in the inside. He gets alongside him, but loses that momentum. So that outside line and the tires wear right now is kind of where it needs to be. So Len McNeese able to hold off to number 19. Getting by him to hold on to Pete number 7. Biggest mover of the race, though, is going to go to Cade Green as he's working hard and has to work really hard here to get around. Len McNeese is one heck of a battle back here in the middle of the field. But up front, it does look like things are starting to warm up just a little bit. Got Ryan Kelly on the back bumper there, only 2 tenths, and then Dalton Kilroy only 3 more tenths from there. So these 3 drivers here getting things done, but about that halfway mark already as the time is flying here at Richmond. So we're going to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of love to hear it. a little bit of love to hear here with the virtual velocity racing drivers out here at Richmond. 71 laps in now, and Colin Allman still out there, but now getting the pressure by the 13 down to the inside here. Can they make this work? It does look like he's going to stay down there. Going to get a decent run, but the 67 fight back, not going to give up easily as they continue the racing. Look at that track back up for everybody. Everybody's pretty much spread out here right now, but these are your leaders battling just a little bit. I'm sure Dalton Kilroe's not kind of like licking his chops a little bit. You get up there, you get these two cars battling. I'll wear them tires down, John.
Yeah, he was pressuring Ryan just a few laps ago, and I could see he was able to kind of hold the truck down right on that orange line a little bit closer. I don't know if Ryan saw that and goes, oh, I guess I need to be pushed too, and got to put it back to Colin. And now Colin sees it and starts stepping out of here.
Colin trying to hold on. Trying to hold on to his lead, and I was talking to John a little bit here, and you know, during the love to hear it, and you know, John's hasn't had a chance really to kind of sit here and broadcast VVR, and you know, it's easy to tell from when you jump into a league, the only thing, if you don't know anything about anybody, is some of their I ratings, and the I ratings over here with VVR are on the upper top or a little above average, so for most drivers, and it shows. Each and every week they come out here, like I said, and they have these green flag runs just week after week. It's where I think it's out of I would have to say almost over 100 races that we've been with VVR that we've seen them have like a bad race or it's like too many cautions to their standards. And I think that was like 7. So it's. I don't know if it was Martinsville or not. You'd be like surprised. Like some of those shorter tracks, they do very well on. It's probably one of the few leagues that you hear Martinsville, and you kind of cringe a little bit because you know how flat and short the dang thing is. But yeah, Carl does. He does. He's like yelling. I have to track him in the booth, kicking and screaming out there. But these drivers do a fantastic job. Just kind of trying to do their best and not overdrive their trucks or cars or whatever they're driving. But we are now lap number 17. Colin Allman still holding on that lead. They're starting to come up on some of the lap traffic as they're putting some trucks down. You can see everybody out there changing to the gap here, and you can see who's a lap down, and already down to 11 trucks on the lead lap. So this front 3 just motoring through, just keeping a good pace and trying to keep things going and start putting some of these trucks a lap down so they're no threat. And then there becomes like a race within a race. But John Garrett, first one to pit here, bringing it down. So he's up there in that top 5. Going to drop it down into the pits here. So pits start to maybe come out here and be a thing. We've got 40 laps to go here. They were last in on lap number 36, so they definitely can make it the rest of the way here if they decide to come in. And I'm sure John will go in there and he'll get fresh tires, a full tank, and here comes some more drivers. Mike Hasty coming in, Hilton Young as well. Eric Blount is going to come in as well. Excuse me. But the battle is still up front, and these drivers out here trying to kind of keep it done or down, and a lot of times when you try to make that on a short track, when you try to undercut and you come in a little bit early, you end up going a lap down, maybe 2 laps down, and you find yourself in a situation that if a caution were to come out, you're stuck. But more and more drivers coming down here right now. Got Tyler Hilton, Michael Pratt coming in, and along with Len McBee's coming down here as well. So giving up some high-tier spots. But the leaders, I think they're just going to sit here and fight with each other as long as they can, as it's been a great battle. And, we'll see if any of those drivers that came in, a little bit earlier will be able to get up there and be in this battle here for these drivers. But right now, just nose to tail for the 67, 13, and 41. Spalding calling it in here as well. Going to give away his spot, but your first of the top 3 coming in is going to be Ryan Kelly. Going to bring that number 13 down here for another pit stop here on lap number 85. So about 35 more laps to go here for the field. But that leaves Colin Allman out there and the likes of Dalton Kilroe. We'll see how long they decide to stay out. I know they'd like to stay out and run the trucks as fast as possible, but if the change to the new tires is a lot greater, they might just think about coming in a little bit sooner than they want. But see, Len McNeese going sideways a little bit, and I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution or not. I think he was able to gather it up, and he has. So that was a close one there, almost a caution to come out, and that would have been, sound of joy to your leaders, Allman and Kilroe, as they're still out there. So still putting trucks a lap down, and now it does look like McNeese is back going again, but Colin Allman and Dalton Kilroe coming in at the same time. Racing on the pits just a little bit, so, but Dalton Kilroe will have to come into pits beforehand, so just kind of trying to get a little bit of an edge here. Maybe enough to get around Colin Allman in the pits here. So he's going to slide into his pits here just a little bit quicker, I think, than that number 67. So a little bit of an advantage maybe to Dalton Kilroe on this one. He might come out from the 67, but Ryan Kelly coming around here to get his lap back, and we'll be right back up there as he takes over the lead. And in quite a bit of traffic at the moment, as you look on the screen here. You got Henry Giardini down there. He just saved his truck a little bit going down towards the apron, but Ryan Kelly stays on that outside. Give him enough room, give the drivers plenty of space to race. Don't let any netcode get involved here tonight, as we haven't seen any tonight so far. But that bug, man, the netcode bug is a fierce factor out there for these races.
Looks like a 3-lap tire difference between them, almost 5 seconds on track.
You see Ryan.
Undercut there.
Yeah, that undercut gave Ryan about 5 seconds over your leader, Colin Allman. Dalton Kilroe back out here, but now in a battle there with Tyler Hilton. So Tyler Hilton making things difficult here for Dalton Kilroe, as Tyler's been pretty strong here throughout the weeks here, and I know he wants to get up here and talk to us. Like I said, he's been having a really good season, really solid season here for that number 02, and one of the Ram trucks out here, and they're starting to become a little more popular here, at least in this series. When we first started, we have 1, and we have 4 out here tonight. So I think they're all teammates too, so that makes it a little bit easier. But I want to give a shout out, especially to our sponsors. So Hilton Crafts and Designs, S&P Lemonade, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Gold Line Guardian. So appreciate everything that they do here for the league to keep the lights on here at CRN and put on a great show here for Virtual Velocity Racing. On lap number 93 of 122 thirds of this race is in the books, as these drivers are trying to finish this thing up. It won't be long. They'll be down to sub 25 laps here, just another lap or two. And Ryan Kelly is your leader, and that lead is holding at 4.7 seconds now, so slowly catching up. So Ryan's got to be careful, don't chew up them tires too much, but just to keep a nice steady pace, because there is a slight difference in tires, but it's only 3 laps. I just can't believe 3 laps was the difference between like 5 seconds.
The tires being older like that, they run a little slower. That fresh tires can go off the lip. 3 laps is kind of like in the last 10 laps, those 3 laps going to matter.
Yeah.
They kind of hit a spot, steady up for a bit, and fall forward.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure as I don't have much time here on the ovals with these trucks, but it does look like their best laps were 20 and 21s for the leader, and right now currently running 22s. Just another huge shout out there for Tim Williams. It's been a long time since the 45 has been out here, and last week was his first week back, and now back out here again this week. So had a good qualifying effort. He's down a few spots here tonight, but warming back up, getting back into the swing of things. So I know the league was very happy that Tim Williams is back out there on the track, getting things done and joining them in for some Thursday night fun here at the Virtual Velocity Racing here tonight at Richmond. So less than 25 laps to go. We're down to 22 as Ryan Kelly is your leader. Colin Allman in second, Dalton Kilrow in third, Tyler Hill in fourth, and John Garrett for your top five. Kate Green in sixth, Michael Pratt, Len McNeese, Mike Hasty all on the lead lap there. And the 10th is Cole Spalding. He's the first one lap down. And at number 49, Red Bull Truck.
All right, Tim, I'm going to go head over with GT Race. So good luck with the rest of this. We'll catch you later.
Roger that, John. Thanks for joining us here tonight. And like I said, if anybody's looking to see some more racing here in CRN, go visit John over with the Core GT Series as they tackle Daytona. It should be a good one. There's a lot of drivers over, out there love to race Daytona, whether it's the oval or the road course. It's one thing about that track. I think it's pretty universal, and a lot of drivers like it. It doesn't even really depend on the discipline. Yeah, welcome John there, and we'll catch up with him later. Appreciate him coming over here, standing in for Carl Handwork here while he's on vacation. Won't be long though. I'll be on vacation, and Carl will be up here doing the things that we do up here. But it's one of the reasons we got multiple broadcasters up in the booth, just in case something comes up, or like a vacation, or somebody gets sick, or power goes out. Or all kinds of different reasons we can cover ourselves up here. But it's just also another opportunity to hang out with somebody that you get along with and talk about some great racing here. Again, just a shout out there to Barry and anybody else that's listening. And if you haven't already, you can hit that like and subscribe, hit that thumbs up button down there at the bottom. Really helps out the algorithm here at CRN and for these drivers here at Virtual Velocity Racing League. But we're coming down here close to the end, and we know that everybody is fueled up to the end. Ryan Kelly holding on to a nice 4-second lead now, so he's lost a second since the pit stops, but still hold on 4 seconds. And then Dalton Kilrow trying to close in on the number 67 of Colin Allman. Definitely has his hands full as Colin has showed some speed here tonight, trying to get it done. Tyler Hilton sitting back there in fourth. Another battle is back here with Mike Hasty and Len McNeese. Len McNeese still running that high line here tonight, so sticking to his guns here, and it's good to see. I mean, I like to see somebody try something a little bit different, and it's what's working for that 84. Still running in the top 10. I currently have 2 spots from his start. Put on a heck of a battle there with number 72. And with these two battling and Ryan Kelly right behind them, it could cause Ryan Kelly to slow down just a little bit. It might be what's needed for the drivers behind him to catch up, and could cause problems. Will they let that number 13 by? They don't have to. It's obviously it's got to be faster, got to be clean, and you got to try to get things worked around. Because if caution were to come out, they'd still be on the lead lap. You won't have to take a lucky dog. They can come in the pits and do all that fun stuff. So it's kind of like a good spot to be in the lead, and sometimes not. But Ryan's starting to come up on some of the faster drivers in the field here tonight, and working on those back bumpers here. Mike Casey was definitely up front. He started in P number 3. He's down 5 spots, so we know that 72's got some speed. But with Len McNeese running an untraditional line than everybody else, you can see him way out there that high side. And when you drive in the corner, you just can't let the truck float out because he's there when he comes out. So definitely a unique line up there, and holding some great momentum, just doing great laps each and every time. But like I said, Ryan Kelly's in a spot now. He's down to 10 laps to go, and now down to 3.9 seconds here, as Dalton Kilroe has gotten around the number 67 of Colin Allman, and going to look forward to trying to track down that number 13. And got 10 laps to do it. It's a pretty big ask here, but not impossible. We've seen Dalton Kilroe definitely make his way around here. He's pretty good managing traffic and getting around and taking advantage of that. So, yeah, but it does look like Ryan Kelly is finally going to get underneath and around Mike Hasty, but now has to run his line and see what he can do to try to get around the 84. And the 84 still run that high line. It's not like he's not giving them the opportunity. It's just Ryan has to get that run to get around. So great kind of line there that the 84 is running. And it's not really being in the way. He's just being consistent, and you can't really get a run on him without overdriving the car. So very, very defensive line there for the 84. It's working extremely well here for him tonight. Not the fastest line, but still very good and defensive here. Does look like Ryan Kelly might have the advantage here. He does get to the inside here, but is it enough to get by the 84, as the Dalton Kilroe has now closed that gap down to 2.7 seconds. So, won't be long. Dalton Kilroe will be on that right in the time frame to try to get by the 13. So, yeah, this is slowing up Ryan Kelly just a little bit, and not on purpose, but he does clear the 84 finally, able to slide up in front of him there, right in front of the start-finish line, and get by the 84 finally. So hopefully here for Ryan Kelly, that's enough to maybe allow him to get away, because Dalton Kilroe has to get through the same traffic, and sometimes once you're already lapped, sometimes the lap cars might let the next car go by just a little bit easier, but Glenn McNeese had every right to battle for that position and stay on that lead lap. Still in a battle back there with Mike Hasty, as Mike Hasty is still trying to use that bottom line to get around the 84. The 84 I'm just really impressed on how well he's able to drive that and to keep that thing where he's at. But we're down to 4 laps to go. The lead from Ryan Kelly to Dalton Kilroe is just over 2 seconds. That'd be about a half a second a lap here. It would take a mistake here by Ryan Kelly's part for Dalton to catch him. So it looks like Ryan might coast this way, down to the end, as we now have 3 laps to go. Dalton Kilroe back there in second. Colin Allman's hanging on to third, over in front of Tyler Hilton. John Garrett for your top 5. The closest battle on the track we were just watching is Mike Hasty and Len McNeese. So we'll continue to watch here. I'll keep my eyes on the interval between their leaders, but this is the battle on the track, and Mike Hasty was finally able to get around Len McNeese. So Len McNeese will lose 1 spot here, but Mike trying to get back up where he started. Biggest mover of the race before we end here is Kate Green. So the number 19 has driven through the field and to get up there into the sixth spot. But 2 laps to go now on the final lap, as Ryan Kelly out to about 2 seconds over Dalton Kilroe, has just a few more corners to go to get another win here tonight at Richmond. Coming down the final corners through 3, exiting 4. Here comes the 13 across the start-finish line. He'll capture that checkered flag. So congratulations to Ryan Kelly on Pete number 1. Dalton Kilroe will finish second. Colin Allman with a great run here will finish in third. And then you have Tyler Hilton in fourth. John Garrett finishing in the top 5. Kate Green in 6th. So Tyler Hilton, John Garrett, Kate Green. Good run by Team Rev Sport there for a 4-5-6 finish. Can't ask you can ask for better, but it's a great run there for that team. Mike Hasty with a 7th place finish, then Len McNeese in 8th, Cole Spalding in 9th, Eric Blount back there quiet tonight here in 10th. Michael Pratt started up there inside the top 5, but finishes in 11th. Michael Taylor great run out there tonight, buddy. You got P number 12, Tim Williams, finished back there in 13th as well. So another good run there for Tim as he's stepping back into the car. Hemi Gherardini, he finished the race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So good job there by Hemi as he's working and learning that truck out there. Hilton Young finishes back in 15th. Tim Lee getting caught up in a little bit of an incident earlier in the race, finishes in 16th. And then DJ Mitchell, looks like he's down a little bit. He was out. I don't think he even started the race. So, but to grace his presence here with everybody, it's always good to see them out here, at least practicing for a little bit. So congratulations to all the winners. See if we can get a hold of your podium finishers so we can get them to talk. It does look like we have one in the booth. And we'll see if we can get the rest. We just need Dalton Kilroy and Colin Allman when we get a chance. I mean, I guess I can always snag them. So hold on a second here. We'll do some broadcast voodoo. No cursing. We'll voodoo them in here. Pause. Let's get some laps in here so we can look at the trucks while we talk to them. And change our camera. I'm doing all this stuff when Carl's usually talking. Let's see. Archie's. Come on. Why didn't we go back? Oh, that's session. Duh. Let's go back to the lab. There we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab Colin Allman. Maybe I can't drag him out of there. We'll have to wait for him to get out of the admin channel, but we'll go ahead and we'll talk to Dalton Kilroy in here. And Dalton, obviously, fast track here tonight and some fast competitors out there, and you being one of the ones to watch each and every week. Great race. So how was everything out there tonight?
It was pretty good. Just seemed like what got me tonight was the two-tire call that Kelly made to gain all that time, and then also him pitting sooner, so had a lot to make up. And then just getting through traffic, I seemed to keep catching the slower cars at the worst possible time, right on corner exit, and that was costing me just a little bit. So maybe could have got to him, but I don't really think so. I'm just glad to come home P2 with a clean truck, and hey, nice long green flag run to end it.
Yeah, you definitely had your hands full there. Obviously, you had to work your way around Colin Allman that finished right behind you, who was pretty strong here tonight. And then when Ryan got caught up to Mike Hasty and Len McNeese, you were starting to catch some time there at the end. Len McNeese was running this a little bit higher line, which is not allowing anybody to kind of make a full pass, and it took a little while for Ryan to get around him. I thought that was going to be your opportunity there at the end, but yeah, great race here tonight. Just a few cautions, and it wasn't anything but probably just too much acceleration out of the corners. But yeah, you coming home here in second place, keeping things as close as you can with Ryan as the season continues here. I didn't have the points on hand here tonight. Usually that's Carl's thing, but he's out for the week. But either way, you come in here in second place. So I wanted to say congratulations, man. Recognize your driving and give you some time for any shouts you might have in at number 41.
Yeah, thank you. I got to thank Hilton Craft and Designs, Forward Screen Printing, Gold Line Guardians, S&P Lemonade. You guys are doing the broadcast for us. Everybody home tuning in. All the admins at VVR for putting the league on. And, part of the reason I was gaining so much there towards the end was because 10 laps to go. I'm a big boy. I'm hungry. So I got a Jimmy John sub in the fridge that I'm ready for. So I was thinking of that. I was thinking of getting some nice lemonade with it. And, just having a nice relaxing night now that we're done at 9:30, PM. I'll take being done racing at 9:30.
Yeah, I mean, you guys were quick here tonight. As one of you guys faster races, and it all stems from how well you guys drive. So it is really appreciative to see you guys drive so well. So, we always appreciate the shout outs that you give us, man. And we won't hold you up any longer. We'll let you get some of that Jimmy John's and go celebrate this second place finish.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey, you do, Dalton. That's your second place winner, second place finisher, Dalton Kilrow. We'll bring in our third place finisher since he took his time getting in the booth here tonight. But Colin, Jimmy in the booth, do you copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Good racer out there for the number 67. Put on one heck of a fight there. You start on a pole here tonight, and obviously we know that Dalton Kilrow and Ryan Kelly are going to come up there and harass you as much as they can. They pretty much do it to all the leaders, and they were able to get around here tonight. But how was your race here tonight? And was there anything left for them too out there that maybe you could have got caught up to them and get around them?
Nah, I just messed up. Took 2 tires on the first stop, and then of course it went green, and I had to take 2 on the second stop, so my left rear was just done. I would have did 4 and 2 like Dalton and Ryan did. I think we could have contended. It would have been, if I could have kept the lead, it would have been tough for them to pass me because of how bad the dirty air is in these things now. I haven't ran them in a while, but tonight was a learning experience for sure. Get behind Ryan that first part of the race, I'm like, oh, I guess we're gonna just plow to the fence.
Yeah, it's amazing how you think about dirty air and at the ovals, and it's been a while since I've had myself out there in traffic. I'll get out there every now and then and run some laps, like setting up the cameras for the race or whatever, but haven't raced in quite some time on an oval, and I can only imagine be like, oh look, I can get close and like a GT car and use them to draft around. Now I've ended up wrecking me because I'd put myself on the wall. But you had yourself a great race. You led a lot of laps. Like I said, you qualified well here, and you did finish on the top 3. So we want to say congratulations, recognize the outstanding job that you're doing out there on the track, and give you a little bit of time for any shouts you might have in at number 67.
I appreciate it. Just Tyler, Kate, everybody over at Falcon, John, Tim for putting this league on, and you guys for broadcasting. I always have fun when I get to come. I don't get to make this time of year. It's hard to make Thursdays, but I was able to make this one and had a fun time tonight.
Well, if you can't make any day of the week and you do make Thursdays with VVR, I mean, it usually ends up a good one. So you get yourself that great finish. I want to say congratulations. Thanks for the shout outs, and we'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
I appreciate it.
Yep. Talk to you later, Colin. And that's your third place finisher, Colin Allman. Is he able to join us here tonight? But we need to talk to the man who won here tonight, the guy that continues to represent my favorite color in all of the world, I guess, because I love that number orange, and no better orange machine to actually give you a hug, and that's the number 13 of Ryan Kelly. So Ryan, congratulations here tonight. You did a fantastic job. It looked like you were started not panic, but when you caught up to Len McNeese and Mike Hasty as they were battling for position, Len McNeese was running a little bit higher line, and it took you quite a few laps to get around him.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to pass those guys. They were pretty quick there, and I didn't want to mess up their battle there, but I was definitely looking in the mirror trying to manage and make sure the guys behind didn't catch me. And yeah, I know Dalton was on 4 tires, so he was coming pretty quick, but they were battling good, and it was fun racing. I think the dirty air was really tough tonight. It was kind of hard to get close to the back bumper of other trucks, but once I got around them there, it was set sailing from there, and overall it was a fun race.
Yeah, it was something to watch, and you're the second. I only talked to 3 people tonight, and you're the second one that said something about that dirty air. And it's like I was telling Colin, as I don't get a chance to. I don't run officials, so I haven't raced an oval car in quite some time, and it's amazing on how air affects an oval car in almost a more negative way, because I'm so used to running like the GT cars, and where you're looking for that draft to like suck you up into a position. It doesn't seem as bad. So yeah, you guys have your hands full with you here racing in some of those conditions, and you're able to make it happen though. You get it through and you finish on top yet again. Next week you all head off to Auto Club though, so one of me and Carl's favorite tracks. So how you feeling about next week?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That should be a really good race when all the lanes are able to run there. and took that 2-tire call again tonight and put me out in front and gave me the win. But I don't think that'll be possible there. I think with how fast we're going and how hard it'll be on the tires, it'll be just anyone's race there. So looking forward to that one and the rest of the races, and yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to Auto Club next week, and then you all get a week off. So, but obviously, we just wanted to get you up here, get a chance to talk to you a little bit, to say congratulations, and give you some time for any shouts you might have in at number 13.
Yeah, appreciate it. You guys in the booth putting on a great show. Tim for putting on the league, and all the drivers here tonight. And yeah, hope everyone watched and enjoyed. Look forward to next week.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed watching everybody out there. We really appreciate the shout outs. And as always, we wanted to say congratulations. And I guess we'll see you next week at Auto Club, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jimmy.
Yes, sir. That's your winner here tonight, the number 13 of Ryan Kelly, as he makes, I can't move, I have to move him down one, as he makes his way to another victory here tonight at the Virtual Velocity Racing League. So great group of people, not just racers, but people. Talked to a bunch of them quite a bit. So definitely, if you're looking for a place to race, get a hold of Tim Lee over there on Facebook. They have their own Facebook page along with their Discord, but it's probably easier to get through Facebook, and give them a holler in there. We get these nice green flag runs and races here. And the trucks currently, who knows what they'll do after the season ends, but I'm sure there'll be some great racing after that as well. But I think until next time, I'll have to wait to see everybody out at Auto Club next week. Carl will be back up here in the booth with me, and we'll continue to do our thing. But like I said, if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and you can hit the little bell for notification. And if you want to watch more racing, just switch channels, not switch channels, but switch videos, and head over there with John as he covers the Core GT series at Daytona International Speedway. And for me, I guess we'll see you on the track. Peace.